I'm going to make this toy dog that I know from when I was a kid. It's normally made of wood, but I'm going to make it of polymer clay. This is a carmine red, and this is rolled out in a setting 3, and I need 4 of these for the wheels. So I'm going to cut out 4 of these. So I have the wheels now, and that was on a setting 3. And I'm going to take them all and gently roll them between my fingers like this to smoothen down the edge from the cutter. And I'm going to do that on all 4 of them. And now it's rolling away. It's rolling really nice. Then I have this yellow clay rolled out in a setting 5, and I'm going to make the ears from that one, and for that I have this teardrop shape. So I'm going to take 2 teardrops for one dog for the ears. Then I have the black clay here, and I'm going to roll that into a snake. Oh, you can't see those. So I have the wheels and the ears, and I'm going to roll out the body here. Sadly, I don't have any measurements, so I'm really not sure how big this is supposed to be, but I think it's around 15-20 centimeter in real life. So it's actually quite a big dog. So I have rolled out the clay here, so I'm just going to take a piece of that and making sure both end has a nice rounded end, something like that. And then it's actually a little thinner on the middle. So I'm just using this tool here to make it a bit thinner on the middle, something like that. And I need a head. So again, I'm going to take a piece more of this, and I'm going to of the black here, and I'm going to roll that into a bowl. So I'm rolling it into a bowl, and then I'm rolling it oblong, something like this, for the head, so that I have the head right there. Then I'm going to take a tiny bit of white clay, and I'm going to cut out 2 small pieces here, like that. And I'm rolling them into a tiny ball here, both of them, and squeezing them flat like that. And I'm going to take them and put them here on the head. There we go. And you can either take a very tiny piece of black clay for the inside of the eyes, or you can do that with a marker later after baking them. But I'm going to try to make it here with a tiny piece of clay. So I am cutting out a tiny dot here. There we go. But the original, they have the eyes painted on, so you can do that as well. Then it needs a color, and that is yellow, so I'm just going to take some of my yellow clay here, and I am going to take a tiny bit of it and roll it into a ball, and just like before, I'm going to squeeze this flat. And that is almost all parts. We still need the tail, but let's start with this. So I'm going to take these wheels, and I'm going to place them on the body. Whoops, fell off. There we go. Placing it so I have the wheels on the body. And this is so tiny that I don't believe you can really make it work. Maybe someone can. I'm not good enough for that. I want this one to be a little more flat. And now it lost a little of the shape, so I'm just putting it back into shape. Taking this one and placing it here where the head is supposed to go. And I take the head, placing the head, and of course the ears. I need to place those as well. And the pointy side is downwards. There we go. And the other one. And they were like wiggling all the way around when you were dragging this toy over the floor. And you had the little thread in front of the nose. And then you have this curly tail. I'm going to bake this before I put in the tail, but let me show how I make the tail, because you can do that right away. I need to keep it where you can see it. So this is some kind of metal silver thread thing, jewelry thread, and this is just a piece of an eye pin, and I'm just curling up this on this pin and cutting off a piece here like that. This point I'm going to leave this one because I'm going to cut that and glue that until the dog later. But first of all, I'm going to slide this off this pin. This tiny piece here for the tail. This might be too long. No, it's actually pretty good. Then I'm taking a tiny bit of yellow clay and rolling it into a tiny ball. And this little tiny ball is going on top of the tail. Something like that. And now I'm just going to bake both of these, and I might have to glue this little top on later. Before I bake this, I take my needle tool and I make a tiny hole here in the back end for the tail. And now I'm just going to bake it. Okay, I baked this little guy and the tail piece here, and I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to cut off the excess of the tail so that I had only the tail left. And I'm going to take some of my E6000 and the tail, and place it like that. Then I have this piece of sewing thread, and I'm going to take a tiny bit of E6000 and put here on the tip and glue it to the nose of the dog. And then I'm just going to let it dry, and then that's all there is to this little craft. I hope you like it, and happy crafting!